Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to be showing you how to make butternut chapatis, and it's going to be a very easy and simple recipes because always my recipes are simple and delicious. So stay tuned until the end of the video and learn how to make this amazing chapati recipe. This is how butternut looks like, and it's a small butternut. So I'm going to be making around 10 to 15 chapatis with my butternut. I'm going to start off by cutting the ends. To know if a butternut is ready, check the inside because it's supposed to be a very nice orange color. That means that it was picked when the butternut was ready. I'm going to peel my butternuts with a vegetable peeler. Slice the rest of the butternuts in half, and then I'm going to remove the seeds on the inside. Once done, I'm going to peel my butternut. So the butternut seeds are also very healthy. You can wash and toast the butternut seeds in the oven until they're very crunchy, and you'll have some awesome snacks. Once my butternut is ready, I'm going to be slicing my butternut into small pieces because I want the butternut to boil, to take a very short while to boil. So I'm going to slice. Once done, I'm going to be transferring my butternut in a small pan over high flame, and then I'm going to add in cold water and place in the butternut. By adding cold water is going to make the butternut to boil evenly. So I'm going to let my butternut boil until fork tender, and then I'm going to mash up the butternut ready for making our butternut chapati. After a few minutes, I'm going to check on my butternut, check if it's ready. So I'm going to pick one butternut. As you can see, the fork is running through, so that means that the butternut is ready. Once I've drained the water from my butternut, I'm going to use a masher and mash up the butternut into a paste. Once the butternut is fully mashed, I'm going to let the butternut rest. So as the butternut is resting, I'm going to be making my chapati. So I'm going to be using 4 main ingredients, which is all-purpose flour, sugar, salt, lukewarm water, and of course my butternut. So I'm going to add in my all-purpose flour, and then I'm going to add in some sugar and a teaspoon of salt. So you can also add the sugar and salt in the water. So I've just chosen to add the sugar and salt in my all-purpose flour because I already know the right quantity. So I'm going to add in some water as I mix. Once the dough is starting to form, I'm going to be adding in my butternut. And then I'm going to fold in the butternut into the dough. Mix until the butternut is combined into the dough. Also make sure to scrape the bottom of the bowl to make sure everything is coming along nicely. So this is how my dough is looking after kneading for around 3 minutes. The dough should be sticky but not very sticky. If your dough is sticky, you make sure to add little handfuls of all-purpose flour. So at this point, I'm going to add in some vegetable oil, and then I'm going to mix in the oil into the dough. So I'm going to knead the dough for around 5 to 10 minutes until the dough is very soft. So this is how the dough is looking. You can notice bits of butternut. This is going to be very delicious, and also the salt is just perfect. When the dough is ready and it's nice and stretchy, I'm going to let the dough rest for around 15 minutes, and then we are going to proceed to the next step. So this is after 15 minutes, and this is how my dough is looking. What I'm going to do, I'm going to transfer the dough to my countertop. And give the dough a little bit of kneading. Then I'm going to divide the dough in half. Work on one piece. Add some more all-purpose flour. And then I'm going to spread the dough using my rolling pin. Once I have a big rectangle, which is not perfect, I'm going to add in a little bit of cooking oil and then spread. Spreading the oil on the dough is going to give us layers. So this is the trick. This is how I usually make my chapatis, which I find very fast. And then I'm going to use a knife and cut my dough into long strips. Fold my dough. See, these are the layers I'm talking about. Press down. Whenever I make chapati is always interesting because I get to learn a few more tricks, because there's never perfect chapati. You have to learn and be patient. So every time I make chapati, it's always a lesson for making chapati. A long time ago, I didn't know how to make chapatis, but I've been making chapati and teaching myself how to make chapati, and I've perfected and still learning. So I'm going to finish up with the rest of the dough. I already have about 7 pieces of dough, so I'm going to pick the next piece of dough, that's the other half. That is what I mean. And then I'm going to finish off making my chapati. So once done, I'm going to place a pan over medium heat, a chapati pan, and then I'm going to start on working on my dough. So I'm going to spread a little bit of all-purpose flour to my working surface, and then I'm going to press down. Using my rolling pin, I'm going to roll out into a perfect circle. The trick to making round chapatis, make sure you push the dough all sides. Once my dough is ready, I'm going to transfer to my hot pan. And then I'm going to continue to make some more. Check on my chapati, and then I'm going to flip. So this is how I usually do my chapatis. I first dry out the chapatis, make sure they are cooked on the inside. This step is very important. And then I transfer to a kitchen towel and continue making the rest. So I hope you try out this recipe because it is very simple and this makes very delicious chapatis. So all my chapatis are perfect and round. So I'm almost done with the first step. So I'm going to be finishing off the last two, and it's been around 10 minutes because there are around 14 chapatis. Flip my chapati so that the other side can cook. Yeah, and I'm done. The chapati is going to be ready when you notice air pockets on the inside, so also be careful because the bubbles have steam and the steam can burn you. So now that my chapatis are ready from the first round of making my chapatis and they're looking so nice and soft, I'm going to be proceeding to the next step, which is to add oil to the chapatis. The oil is going to make very awesome dark spots and make the chapatis even more delicious. So I usually make in batches. As you can see, I have around 4. So this is good. I usually find it very fast to make the chapatis this way. You can try out by starting with 2. Nice. And you'll find that it's very fast making chapatis in batches. So make sure as the chapati cooks, you spin the chapati around because you don't want very dark spots. You want the browning to be even. Flip the chapati on top. And my first chapati is ready. Delish. My next round of chapati. So this step is usually very fast. You have to be super fast so that the chapatis don't burn. So I'm going to finish off making the rest and then I'm going to show you the outcome. So I'm done making my chapatis and this is the rest of the chapatis, which smell so good. So I'm going to turn off the heat. So I've covered up my chapatis with a kitchen towel so that they don't dry off, and the chapatis are looking very even, very round, and they're super delicious. So I love how my butternut chapatis have turned out. They're very, very soft and delicious, and as you can see, they're full of layers, and I love that everything is just perfect. So also I love how chapati can be versatile. You can serve this chapati with absolutely anything and it's going to be very delicious. You can also have the chapatis with tea because the salt and sugar are balanced, so they're not very salty. And yeah, I am proud of my butternut chapatis and I'm going to enjoy mine with some beef stew, and I'm going to enjoy. So I hope you try out these amazing butternut recipes, and if you're still watching, thank you so much for watching until the end, and catch you on my next video.